William's marriage was about to take place when the sun rose. He reluctantly stepped beside the Princess July, though he always thought about the mermaid who saved him. Ariel was so miserable that she jumped into the water and turned into a sparkling sponge, which was the embodiment of her soul. As a result, the sponge sank into the ocean. The sponge then drifted to the ocean. Tidal waves made it crash to the rock many times, which had sounded like Ariel's last singing before she disappeared. The sound echoed throughout the ocean and was even transmitted to shore. Once upon a time, at the bottom of the deep ocean, there was a magical kingdom which no one had ever heard about. There were many kinds of inhabitants there, such as marine species and also beautiful mermaids. They all lived together in harmony. The kingdom was governed by Poseidon, the king of the sea, and Queen Mother Eliza. Poseidon had 3 daughters and a deceased wife, whom he loved so much. The youngest princess, named Ariel, who had just turned 18, was his most beautiful daughter. Ariel was so warm-hearted that she always cared about everyone. Whenever she wandered around, she was often willing to help all creatures in the ocean who were in difficulty. That's why she won everyone's love. She had 2 close friends named Molly and Dolphin, which were a whale and a dolphin. Also, she had a wonderful and captivating voice, inherited from her mother. Every time she sang, all species listened attentively. Ariel really wanted to know more about the world outside, but her father and grandmother always forbade her. They never allowed the 3 princesses to leave the kingdom.
Everything I do is just to protect you. The human world is very dangerous. Also, the rules set on the ground are different from ours.
Your father is right. Outside this kingdom, there are many lurking dangers which you can never imagine. But I really want to meet humans. Do they look like us, Grandma? Humans have feet to walk on land, but we don't. They can only live for about 100 years, but our life can last for 300 years. When mermaids die, we will turn into sponges and disappear into the ocean forever. I really want to meet people and see the scenery on the mainland. I believe that they are also as kind as us.
Since having been told about the outside world by her friends, Ariel was more curious. Then she decided to make her escape with the help of her friends. Molly had lived in this kingdom for so long. Together with the dolphin, they could freely go in and out of the aquatic gate without being prevented by any guards. Going outside the gate, Molly opened his mouth, and thus Ariel could escape. By that way, for the very first time, she had a chance to observe the beautiful world above the water.
So amazing! Huh? Dolphin, there are some sounds there. Look, a boat!
A boat was approaching. It was Prince William's boat, and everyone on the boat was celebrating his 20th birthday party.
A prince of the land. He looks so handsome and elegant.
Ariel, we are too close to humans. People on the boat seem to be very dangerous. You'd better go back, or they can see us.
No, Dolphin. He doesn't look like a bad guy. Seeing him, I just want to sing.
Hearing such a beautiful voice, William looked around surprisedly. Then he caught a glimpse of a beautiful mermaid singing passionately out there. Realizing that, Ariel worriedly dived into the deep ocean.
Am I dizzy? No way. It's obviously a pretty red-haired mermaid. It's definitely her who owns that beautiful voice.
From the bottom of the ocean, there was a dark cave which wasn't far from the kingdom. It's the place where the cruel sea witch named Madeline lived. She used to live in the palace of Poseidon, but then was sent away for the evil things she had done. She had a servant named Brado, which is a ferocious shark.
Poseidon's youngest daughter has fallen in love with a human. Finally, it's time for me to take revenge.
Oh, great. Congratulations, my master. But what's your plan?
You fool. Just wait and see. Storms, thunder, lightning, come on, pour out a great rain and wind on the boat. Immerse it by the huge tidal waves of the ocean.
After Madeline's incantation, a storm immediately destroyed the boat. Right after that, it sank like a stone.
Oh no! The boat is sinking! Dolphin, we have to save them!
Ariel and Dolphin swam quickly, but they only managed to save Prince William and brought him ashore.
Prince, please open your eyes. What a relief! You are finally awake now.
William is over there!
Ariel, people are coming. We have to go.
Ariel panicked and hurriedly jumped into the ocean with Dolphin and hid herself. Just a few moments later, a king and a princess arrived there. They looked so relieved since William was still fine.
William, are you okay? I am July, your fiancé.
I'm fine, July. Father, there's a girl who saved me. I can't see her face clearly, but she has red hair and...
What else?
well, nothing more. I've just forgotten. She is undoubtedly a mermaid who sang that beautiful song.
Ariel returned to her palace, but she couldn't help thinking about Prince William. King Poseidon had already noticed that.
Ariel, you didn't listen to me and escaped from the palace without my permission. From now on, I forbid you from going to the ocean's surface one more time.
Ariel was very disappointed. She still wanted to see the prince again. While she was sharing this to Dolphin, the shark Brado arrived.
Are you sad since you can't see the prince again, princess?
How could you know? Can you help me?
The only person who can help you become a human and be with the prince is the witch, Madeline. You will be happy right after meeting her.
Because of her desire to see William again, Ariel agreed immediately. But Dolphin hurriedly dissuaded her from that idea.
You can't do that, Ariel. You will be in trouble if your father knows about that.
Stop talking. Don't destroy her happiness.
After that, Ariel comforted Dolphin and followed Brado to Madeline's cave. The witch had seen it all through her magical sphere.
Everything happened just as I've expected. I want to become a human so as to meet the prince again. Could you help me? How easy. I will give you a potion that can turn your tail into a human's feet. Hence, you can walk on land with your prince. In return, I want your sweet voice. But remember, if the prince marries another girl, you will die and become a sponge forever. Can you do that for the love of your life?
Because of her love for William and the desire to be with him, Ariel accepted to drink the potion.
Now your sweet voice is mine!
Ariel started to swim to the surface of the ocean. Her mermaid tail slowly disappeared, replaced by human's legs. She went ashore and tried to get used to her feet. William was also there. He wanted to find the one who saved him the day before. Seeing a beautiful red-haired girl, he then ran to get acquainted to her.
Hello, I'm Prince William. You look so familiar, as if we had met before, right?
But Ariel didn't own her voice anymore. She couldn't say a single word, but just nodding.
Seems that she isn't able to talk. Poor her. If so, she isn't the girl I'm looking for. How could I forget that voice?
However, it was gracious of him to help Ariel and let her come to his palace. The king was preparing for the wedding of William and Princess July there, He didn't love July, but the girl who saved him. But he didn't dare to disobey his father's order. Ariel was so sad since she couldn't say anything with William, and the next day, when his wedding occurred, she would have to turn into sponge forever. At that time, Dolphin came back and told the whole story to Ariel's two sisters. They quickly swam to the witch Madeline's cave without letting the king know anything.
Madeline, please let Ariel be. We will be very grateful to you. What on earth brings the two princesses here to beg a witch like me? All right, if Ariel kills Prince William with this knife, our covenant will be broken, and Ariel will be a mermaid again.
While Ariel was about to live her last dawn in agony, her two sisters arrived with Madeline's knife.
Ariel, you'd better use this knife to kill the prince so that you will be a mermaid again. No, sisters, I can't do that. You should let him go, since he will never love you. Just do that and go back with us.
Ariel was extremely confused. Bringing the knife, she snuck into the prince's room while he was sleeping. But how could she do such an evil thing to the one she loves?
No, dying and turning into sponges are still better than killing him by myself.
Ariel returned to the seaside. Looking at the knife, her sisters knew that she couldn't do it. William's marriage was about to take place when the sun rose. He reluctantly stepped beside the Princess July, but he always thought about the mermaid who saved him. Ariel was so miserable that she jumped into the water and turned into a sparkling sponge, which was the embodiment of her soul. As a result, the sponge sank into the ocean. The sponge then drifted to the ocean. Tidal waves made it crash to the rock many times, which had sounded like Ariel's last singing before she disappeared. The sound echoed throughout the ocean and was even transmitted to shore. While the wedding was happening, William suddenly heard the sound of a melodious voice, which was nothing different from his beloved mermaid's voice.
It is exactly her voice. She is the one I love, and I have to be with her at all costs. This marriage will be canceled.
Huh?
At that time under the ocean, Ariel's sponges shattered, and thus the little mermaid was saved from her covenant with Madeline.
Thank God. Ariel, welcome back. The prince has cancelled the wedding. Ariel hasn't been vanished either. My perfect plan has been scrapped. All right, then I myself will kill her. How lucky you are, but it won't make any sense at all since I will make Poseidon pay. He will have to suffer it for the rest of his life.
At that moment, the sea was rough. Poseidon gradually emerged from the water.
No, Madeline, don't dream about it. It will never happen.
It turned out that the king was informed by his two daughters and went there to rescue Ariel.
Poseidon, I detest you. No way I will let you alive today.
You are not even my opponent. Bring Ariel's voice back so that I can forgive you for our old friendship.
Madeline angrily used her magic to attack, and Poseidon pointed the trident at her. As she was still weaker, she had to do her best to struggle with the Sea King. At that moment, Miss Eliza and Ariel's two sisters also arrived, and they simultaneously attacked Madeline. As the witch was distracted, she was hit by Poseidon. A miraculous scallop in her body flew out and shattered into many pieces. Immediately, Ariel's voice came back with her.
Oh, great! I got my voice back! Thank you, everyone, my family. Everything won't happen like this. I will definitely be back. Wait and see.
William reached the shore right after the battle. Seeing Ariel, he ran quickly towards her.
Finally, I can see you, the one who saved me that time. Your beautiful voice has always been on my mind.
My name is Ariel. Thank you for recognizing me.
After, Ariel introduced William to her family so that he could ask them for their wedding. They wished that the underwater kingdom and the mainland one could live together in harmony. Ariel and William stood on the shore and talked to Poseidon standing in the water.
Father, we really love each other. Wasn't my mother a human too?
All right, I agree.
It's the very first mermaid to be a part of the human world. Everyone had a chance to observe such a phenomenal wedding of a mermaid and a prince on the land. They lived happily for the rest of their lives.